Welcome Classic Rock fans to a short video where we look to explore the new releases and reissues that are scheduled for next year. And this video is going to group these under subheadings of the confirmed, the rumoured, and of course the purely speculative. In terms of what is confirmed, we can certainly look forward to a new Metallica album, the first one since Hardwired to Self-Destruct from 2016. With this album, they're sailing perilously close to concept album territory. 72 Seasons, the new record is called, where they explore the impact that childhood trauma has on our lives. I'm for one looking forward to this one and have it on pre-order. And Iggy Pop will be releasing a new album called Every Loser, and on this one he's brought in some big guns in the guise of Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers and of course Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. I shall probably look forward to listening to this one. I'm going to wait to hear a few more tracks before I decide whether or not I'm going to buy it or not. And of course, perhaps the biggest news for some is the next instalment of the Bob Dylan bootleg series, which sees an expansive exploration of his Time Out of Mind album. And these bootleg sets are absolutely wonderful, wonderful quality to them as well in terms of the packaging, the research. They're a little bit out of my pocket, unfortunately, so I never get the big, expansive sets, although I would like them. They're a little bit too pricey, generally, but this one I would like very much, as Time Out of Mind was such a great record. If you're a Bob fan, I think this one is a must-buy. In fact, I think the last box set was a must-buy as well. I really enjoy the two-disc version I have. I only regret I don't have the full, expansive, I don't know, 6 CD set, I think it is. I'm saving up for that one. And of course, the next one on my list is the fact that Green Day are reissuing a 25th anniversary of their Nimrod album. This comes out in January, the end of January in fact. It includes a disc of demos, and there's I think a live concert recorded in Philadelphia just after this album was originally released. Also languishing under the umbrella of confirmed, we have Dream Theater's Lost Not Forgotten Archives live at Madison Square Garden, which is apparently a 3 CD set. So if you're a Dream Theater fan, that's probably something to salivate over. Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits Volume 2 as a deluxe edition. Of course, we tragically lost her this year, so that might be interesting in terms of what the extra stuff is going to find and put on there. The Black Star Riders released their new album, The Wrong Side of Paradise. It's quite a political album, which may have a lot of people shying away from it, but I rather enjoyed it, but then I love the sound and the vibe of this band. I spoke to Ricky Warwick about this album. The interview is on my channel if you want to go and check that out. And John Cale releases his album Mercy, and the Stones through Abco Records release the Rolling Stones in colour, which is all the albums in mono on coloured vinyl. I've done an unboxing of that already. You can go and check that out as well. That comes out in January, and they are very strictly limited to a strictly numbered. I think there's only about 10,000 of them, so there's not many. And the Rolling Stones release another archive set, which is about the time that they were celebrating their 50th anniversary, about the same time they did that Hyde Park gig as well. I don't know if this is going to be better than the film Summer Sun, I think it was called. I've got that on Blu-ray. These Stones archive releases are excellent, I must admit. I'm a bit behind on them. There's quite a few gaps in my collection. But I'd like to see a few more concerts from roundabouts of the late 80s and Voodoo Lounge Tour. The Voodoo Lounge Tours when their set list was really interesting. And the rest on this confirmed list, and credit where credit's due, I'm indebted to Ultimate Classic Rock for some of these titles. Carly Simon's live at Grand Central. Dawkins, the Elektra albums, 83 to 87, that's a 4 CD clam box set, I believe. Elvis Presley, Elvis on Tour, which is a 6 CD Blu-ray box physical release. That'll be certainly be interesting. We get Marianne Faithfull, who releases an expanded edition of her album Kissing Time. And Steppenwolf released the Epic Years 74 to 76 as a 3 CD set. I suppose that's coming out on the Cherry Red Records. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, talking of Cherry Red, the next one on my list is the Alan Parsons Project Turn of a Friendly Card, which is 3 CD and Blu-ray set. Now, Cherry Red usually handle those reissues, so. And we get the Winery Dogs 3. The Winery Dogs include Mark Portnoy and Billy Sheehan, who I interviewed as well for this channel. And Weird Al Yankovic, believe it or not, is rearing his satirical head once more with the Al Yankovic Story original motion picture soundtrack. We're also getting Danzig's Circle of Snakes vinyl and cassette reissue, Motley Crue Crucial Crew, which is a collating of their studio albums 81 to 89. That will be available in a 5 CD box. If you're into Motley Crue, I think you'll enjoy that. Robert Palmer, The Island Record Years, comes out as a 9 CD set. Bernie Marsden, Big Boy Blues in Green, 1995 to 2005, 4 CD set. Again, this sounds like probably a Cherry Red release. Del Shannon, Stranger in Town, Del Shannon Compendium, 12 CD box set. Ken Hensley, God bless him, Uriah Heep, of course, Past and Present Songs in Time, 72 to 2021. That's a 6 CD set. We lost quite a few people from Uriah Heep in the last few years, I think. It's such a shame. It's a tribute to this band that is still going, with Mick Box still very much at the helm. Steel Panther. If you like Steel Panther, they've got an album coming out which I think includes the involvement of Dweezil Zappa, which would make it interesting for me. And Trapeze, of course, is the complete recordings, volume 1, 70 to 92. Don't Stop the Music, obviously that's a nice box set that's also coming out in sometime in February, I believe. We've also got Van de Graaff Generators, the Bar Forum concert, 2 CD and Blu-ray, which will be released. And in March, you got Blackmore's Night, Shadow of the Moon, 25th Anniversary Edition, which includes a CD and a DVD, I believe. Now let's look at things that are rumoured to be coming out. I mean, the first one is, Jethro Tull have got a new album coming out. I'm not sure that's rumoured, that has been confirmed. Hopefully I'll bring you all the information on that new Tull album as it appears. Also, I suspect that we'll get a 50th anniversary reissue vinyl of A Passion Play, along with a reprinting or reissue of the wonderful box set overseen by Stephen Wilson. That happened last year for Thick as a Brick. I don't see any reason why it won't happen this year for A Passion Play. And of course, when we were talking about Jethro Tull this year, we expect the 40th anniversary, I think, the box set of the delayed Broadsword and the Beast, which Ian Anderson has teased as being quite an interesting set. Tons of unreleased stuff on there. So that's it's going to be a great year for Tull fans, I think. Ace Frehley is said to be releasing another album called Origins Volume 3. And interestingly, Bad Company are supposed to be in the studio recording a new album as we speak. Hopefully that will lead to a tour, as I've never seen Bad Company. I've never seen Paul Rodgers, in fact, which is a bit remiss of me. So I'm hoping they'll do a new album followed by a tour to promote that album, which I will definitely try and get to see, as long as I'm not asked to pay £400 for a ticket. And talking about £400 for a ticket, Springsteen releases Tracks 2. I got Tracks 1, which was a great set, but this apparently is he's excavated his archives to unearth 5 albums of previously unreleased material. Unreleased albums, in fact, mainly recorded during the 90s. So I shall definitely put myself down for that. Dave Crosby will be releasing the untitled Lighthouse and Sky Trails band albums. And Depeche Mode release. They've got a new album, Memento Mori, which we expect to see next year as well. And Graham Nash will release his new album now. Not now, but sometime next year. This is his first album since 2016's The Path Tonight. He's actually, I think, going on tour to celebrate 60 years in the business. 60 years since, I think, the Hollies. So that'd be interesting. I saw Crosby, Stills and Nash a few years ago, and they were fantastic. So I might try and catch him. Depends where he's playing. And of course, Jerry Lee Lewis, the last songs that he recorded are being compiled, and they're going to come out next year. Even more interesting than that for me is the fact that Kinks, Dave Davis has confirmed that the band are working on new material. In fact, they've been working on new material for a couple of years now. This is the first new material since the band's 1994 release, To the Bone. I would love to hear a new Kinks album, and more importantly, I'd love the opportunity to see this band play live. For Motorhead fans, Lemmy Kilmister's solo album is apparently going to get an airing. These recordings have been curated or overseen by Jim Vox from the German band Sku Siskin. He's revealed he's putting the finishing touches to these recordings, and we should see them very soon. More interesting for me is Neil Young's Ragged Glory. There's apparently been some more recordings found from these sessions, and we're going to get a 2 CD set of this wonderful seminal Neil Young album. A real return to form after some of his 80s blips, I think. It's actually the producer John Hanlon that says he's rediscovered more of these original recordings, so more grunge and grind to be expected in the new year. And ZZ Top are recording a new album with Rick Rubin's, believe it or not. First album since we lost Dusty Hill. Of course, Rick Rubin's collaborated with them on La Futura. I would love to see all the archives and stuff from that time that has been shelved. Apparently the band has quite a few songs that they didn't use. I'd love to hear those get an official release. But even a new album with Rick Rubin's at the helm. Rick Rubin's is a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's some of his stuff he's overseen which I just haven't liked, or haven't liked what he's done with the recordings. But I really did enjoy La Futura, that ZZ Top album. I love the sound on that record. Not everyone's bag, I suppose, but I enjoyed it. And now let's deal with pure speculation in terms of what I think may come out, or should come out. For example, next year we see the 50th anniversary of Alice Cooper's $1 Billion Babies. Well, we see a lavish 50th anniversary set, lots of swag items, concerts, unreleased recordings, demos. No, I don't think so. I mean, let's face it, they can't be asked to do anything for the Killer album or the School's Out album. I don't expect anything from $1 Billion Babies either. I'll tell you what would be interesting though, next year marks the 50th anniversary of the very first Queen album. I would love to see a deluxe set of this come out. I mean, you can forget the Miracle. This is the album I'd like to see a nice set of all the BBC recordings. I know these have already come out, but there must be stuff in the can and unreleased footage somewhere that they could archive and put together. And there's going to be a lot of money thrown at a Queen project, so it should be quite a nice lavish set if ever that they get behind this. Billy Joel's Piano Man celebrates its 50th anniversary as well. Big Billy Joel fan, as you know. Although this did see a kind of legacy 2 CD version not so long ago, so whether there'll be anything there. I mean, Billy Joel again is one of those artists that these anniversaries come and go. There doesn't seem to be a lot of attention paid to them at all in terms of anniversary editions. We haven't seen deluxe editions of any of his albums other than the 40th anniversary of The Stranger, which is a shame, quite frankly. And of course the biggie for me is the fact that Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon celebrates its 50th anniversary. Will this be marked by an anniversary release? Pink Floyd are not the most proactive band, I think, but I can't help but feel that its most iconic of albums won't be marked in some way. I suspect it might just be a repressing 50th anniversary special edition vinyl, probably be it. I mean, let's face it, if they were to put out a box set to celebrate this album, what could they include in that didn't come out with the Immersion box set a few years ago? I've still got mine, I haven't lost my marbles, which is debatable, I guess. But a new Pink Floyd box set, the only thing that I think they could put in there is maybe, I don't know, another couple of reproduction programs possibly, or posters. What I would like to see, and I realise this is purely wishful thinking, is to take that technology that was developed by Peter Jackson and used so effectively on creating a new stereo mix of the Beatles' Revolver. This idea of taking this splodge of sound and just being able to separate out all the individual bits, clean them up and put them together again. Surely this could be applied to all these audience recordings that were made of these classic bands. Imagine if they took all those Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon concert recordings from around about 72 to 73 and really cleaned them up and put them in a 50th anniversary commemorative box set. That would be something I'd consider remortgaging my house for. Will it happen? Who knows? I don't think so. I mean, and let's face it, we were all so spoilt with that Animals box set, weren't we? So that's my rundown of things that will be released, are rumoured to be released, and speculation on what could come out. More interesting for me, and please do leave your comments below, is which of these items do you think you'd be tempted to shell out for? So I will just end by wishing you all a very happy new year. Thank you for your support over the last 365 days by being Patreons and subscribers. And here's looking to some wonderful new music releases in 2023. Anyway, try to be healthy and stay safe, but more importantly, keep listening.